The aim of the incident management process is to restore a disrupted or failed service as quickly as possible, and thus guarantee the operation of the service again. This is intended to minimize the impact on users and other services. The schematic sequence of the process is shown in the illustration. The process can be started from the self-service portal, by email, or by the agents in the web client. Every user stored in Serviceware Processes who has portal access is able to start an incident for themselves or another user via the self-service portal. A separate dialog is available for starting from the self-service portal. The user must first enter a subject and a description. A category can then be selected to classify the incident. By selecting the category, a service team is also selected in the background. The logged-in user is automatically stored as the requester for this process. The requester can also add one of their assigned configuration items to the incident. Finally, any attachments can be added. By sending, the incident is forwarded to the IT department for processing. The requester can also be changed during recording. This makes it possible to create incidents for other people in the company. Every agent in the system has the option of recording a new incident. The incident can be started manually by the agent or via process chaining, for example from a request. The following dialog appears when an incident is started. In the header area, the agent first has the option of entering a subject and selecting or changing the status. Below the header area, on the left-hand side, you will find the individual tabs which can be used to enter the requester, an alternative notifier and the configuration item concerned, if applicable. To select a requester for whom the incident is opened, you can search for any person in the system in the contact search field. In addition, the contact is always entered as a contact on the Reported By tab. If possible, the configuration item relating to the incident should also be selected. There is a search field of the same name below the requester selection. Alternatively, a configuration item that is directly associated with the contact can be selected via the CI of Contact tab. After selecting a configuration item, the detailed data for the selected CI is displayed in the area below. Which data is displayed there can be configured via the read view of the respective product object. The editing area of the dialog starts to the right of the entry of the requester. The General tab is displayed first. The large text field for the description is located on the left-hand side of the screen. This is a mandatory field and must be filled in right from the start. The classification grouping is located to the right of the description. Various selection fields are available to classify the process correctly. This starts with the up to 3-level category tree for all ITSM processes. The correct category must be selected here so that the correct service team can then be pre-selected for processing the incident in conjunction with the support level. Below the selection category are the selection fields for impact, urgency, and priority. All three fields are linked to each other via a matrix. This means that the impact and urgency ultimately determine the priority. An area is set up below the classification, which is used to assign an incident to a team. By selecting a category in conjunction with the selected support level, the responsible team is automatically determined and pre-assigned. If the appropriate team cannot be found in the selection, the agent can remove the restriction in the team selection using the Show All Teams checkbox. All ITSM teams stored in the system are then displayed. By selecting a team, you can then also select an individual team member. All team members are displayed in the selection list of the same name. However, selecting a team member does not change the fact that the incident is displayed in the queue for the entire team. The agent completes the recording of the incident using release and close. Once an incident has been recorded and classified, the fault is actually processed. The focus here is on rectifying the fault as quickly as possible. On the Activities tab, the progress made in processing the incident can be documented in the form of activity descriptions with a processing time. If desired, such activities can be made visible to the requester in the self-service portal via the Published checkbox. The activity descriptions can also be sent by email. If you click on the email button, the email attributes are displayed instead of the SU Navigator so that an email message can then be written and sent. If the send email field is changed to yes, the to field is initially pre-assigned with the standard email address of the requester, if available. The content in the email subject field is taken from the subject of the process. This also contains a reference to the reference number of the incident. The text of the email can be entered in the activity description. Additional recipients can be entered in the to and CC fields and transferred from the search results using the to and CC buttons. If the agent presses the Generate Salutation button, the salutation for the requester is automatically inserted in the field for the message text. The language and gender of the requester are taken into account. If the activity description already contains text, the salutation is placed before this text. The next time the process is saved, the email, including the selected attachments, will be sent. If the system receives an email response to the process, this data is also displayed at this point in the dialog. This means that the text of the email message is inserted in the activity description and the data on the recipients is displayed in the corresponding fields. The message email received is displayed below the send email field to indicate that an email has been received. On the Overview tab, an overview of the activity descriptions generated from the process is displayed based on the configured read view for the incident. On the Separate Tasks tab, Task Management can be used to start individual tasks, task packages or subprocesses as IT workflows or to view their current status. Several processes can be started simultaneously as required. As soon as a task or subprocess is started, the status of the incident changes to waiting for. The incident cannot be closed until all tasks or subprocesses have been completed. When the last task or subprocess is completed, the incident changes to the status to be checked. On the Case Collection tab, it is possible to subordinate other incidents to the current incident and thus create a case, or to view the higher level case. You can define the higher level case as a major incident. If the opened incident itself is a subordinate incident, the superordinate incident is displayed in the superordinate case area. If the case is set to the status resolved or closed, this status is transferred to all subordinate processes. In addition, the solution entered and the time of resolution are also transferred to the subordinate incident processes. This means that all processes involved in this case are resolved simultaneously and all affected users are informed of the solution by email. Links between the incident and other processes can be viewed or created on the Cases tab. The Request Table control displays the process of type request from which the incident was created. In the Table Control problem, it is possible to assign the incident to an existing problem. Such an allocation option is very important so that an evaluation can be made later as to which problem processes have occurred due to frequent faults. At the same time, this information helps in the problem management process to narrow down the actual cause. The agent can use the change that caused the incident table control to assign the change that was identified as the cause of the current incident. Sometimes, and usually in particularly serious cases, it may be necessary that an incident can only be resolved by a change. In particularly urgent cases, this can lead to an emergency change being created. The change required to resolve the incident table control therefore displays the change process that was required or carried out to resolve the incident. Finally, an attachment control for all process-related attachments is placed on the Attachment tab. Once all activities have been completed as part of the troubleshooting process, the incident can be set to resolved or closed status. However, this is only possible if a solution text has been entered on the Solution tab. A text field that supports formatting and embedded images is available for this purpose. The requester is then automatically informed by email if the email notification type is selected. For a detailed investigation of regularly recurring incidents, a problem process can be started directly from an incident. Process chaining can be used for this purpose. When the problem is started, the most important information from the incident is transferred to the problem. One of the great strengths of the Serviceware platform is the integration of the various platform products with each other, such as the integration of Serviceware Knowledge, which is the knowledge database, and Serviceware processes. Integration takes place at various points with the aim of providing the user with suitable knowledge as quickly as possible and thus minimizing the number of new IT queries. In the self-service portal, knowledge articles can be made available to users on a specific page so that they can independently search for suitable instructions and solutions. Another very nice integration of Serviceware Knowledge can be found directly in the recording of new processes by the user. After entering the subject and description, the system searches for suitable articles in the Serviceware Knowledge database. If the user finds a suitable article for their query, they can stop recording the incident and the IT organization is relieved. If no suitable article is found, the recording of the incident can be continued. Similar to the self-service portal, agents can also search for suitable articles in the knowledge database in the web client. To do this, the agent clicks on the icon in the menu bar and searches the knowledge base directly. If he finds a suitable article, he can simply transfer the article to the incident and send it to the requester as a solution text, for example.